Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to be working on page 50 in our Water, Water Everywhere book. And it's labeled as the water cycle. There's a little paragraph here and 6 questions and a little cloud with rain. We're going to be reading this together. If you want to read along with me, you may. And then we're going to read all the questions first. And we'll go back into the text to answer them. So the things that I'm going to be using for today's lesson is a highlighter, or like a yellow marker, and a pencil, or in this case for my Casey marker. So it says the water cycle. Let me zoom on in. Okay, water cycle. After a rainstorm, you see a lot of puddles. The sun shines and the wind blows. Soon the puddles are gone. The sun and wind have turned the water into a gas called water vapor. This change from liquid to gas is called evaporation. As the water vapor rises with the air, it sticks to small pieces of dust. As the air gets cooler, the vapor changes back to water. This is called condensation. The dust and condensation gather together to form clouds. When there is too much water for the cloud to hold, the water falls back to earth as precipitation, like rain or snow. This process of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation is called a water cycle. So now that we've finished our reading our paragraph, we're going to read all the questions first, and then we'll go back into the text to find out the answers to all of our questions. So number 1, it says, what is the main idea of this story? Number 2, how does water vapor get into the air? 3, what is condensation? 4, how does water vapor turn back into water? 5 is what is a cloud? And 6 is what word means both rain and snow? Now, already I can think that I saw those key words in my text. Rain and snow, cloud, water vapor, condensation, water vapor get into the air, and of course our main idea. So, what is the main idea of the story? How a water cycle works. Water can evaporate, or rain and snow are precipitation. Well, I know it's not C because precipitation was just mentioned towards the end of our text. Water can evaporate. Well, it does say water can evaporate, but it's only really mentioned once. All in all, the main idea of this story is how a water cycle works. And I can find that out because I have just even the title I can find out. And I also can say this is called the water cycle. So this was not only mentioned in the beginning, but also at the end. So I'm going to circle A, how the water cycle works. Number 2, how does water vapor get into the air? Well, I think I could go back into our text, and I see that it says that the sun and wind have turned the water into a gas called water vapor. So how does it get into the air? Well, this change from liquid to gas is called evaporation. As the water vapor rises with the air, it sticks to small pieces of dust. So let's figure out this. So I'm going to say that the sun and wind turns the liquid into a gas. So we're going to just highlight this. And that's my text evidence for this question. And then I'm going to write my answer. So the sun and wind turn the water into a gas called water. water vapor. I might not have room. Water vapor. Okay, if you need a pause to finish it up, you may. If not, we're going to keep on going. What is condensation? Well, condensation is listed right here. So we can say as the air gets cooler, the vapor changes back to water. This is called condensation. So I'm going to say that the water vapor changes back to water. And this is my text evidence for my question. So the water vapor changes to water. Or the liquid changes to a gas. Oh, I'm sorry, our gas turns into a liquid, I'm sorry. So liquid up here. I'm going to put gas right here. All right, so the water vapor or gas changes to water or liquid. And how does water vapor turn back into water? Well, as the air gets cooler and the dust and condensation gather together to form a cloud. So I'm actually going to start right here where it says, as the air gets cooler, it'll turn back to water. Air gets cooler. All right, number 5. Let me move this up for you. Number 5, what is a cloud? Well, I can see right here it says form clouds. So, dust and condensation gather together to form clouds. Dust, condensation gather together to form clouds. That is my textual evidence. And then I can write this right here and I can say, it's just dust and condensation. And our last question is, what word means both rain and snow? Well, I already know this answer, but I want to make sure I'm able to back it up with my text. So I can even just see right here, rain or snow. And here's the word that's telling me what that is. So, precipitation, like rain or snow. So, what word means both rain and snow? Pre. Sip. It. Ate. Shine. Precipitation. All right, if you have not finished this, please make sure that you finish this. Please make sure that you're underlining your textual evidence. This will only help you in the future to make sure that you're checking your work at all times. All right, it was great working with you, and I will see you the next day.